Am I too loud? That's a trick question. You can never be too loud. Okay. So I am very excited to be here. I'm a little bit nervous standing in front of you all, but I'm incredibly grateful to be able to thank you all in person. So my name is Virginia Townsend. I'm an abstract artist whose work you see on your tables. I had the honor of being awarded Best in Show for a painting I submitted to the 2023 Artability exhibition. I named it Clicking Teeth in reference to small involuntary movements that I've experienced when I'm stressed out. And if you can, I don't know if anybody else has that where you kind of grind your teeth when you're awake. So I was born and raised by parents who lived with severe and persistent mental illness, and for most of their lives, they were unmedicated. One by choice, and the other because in Texas, where I grew up, the wait for free health services was years long. My own mental health and well-being brought me to Minnesota when I was 17. I was immediately able to access services like therapy and day centers. When meeting me, you might not guess how much I rely on services like People Incorporated and Artability. I don't know if any of you have been at home for an extended period of time with nothing to do. Now that I'm reading that seems silly. There was a pandemic. I don't know if you've ever had this feeling that because you have nothing to do, or there's nothing you think you can do, there isn't a purpose to your life. Not having a purpose is a heavy weight around your neck. It can limit your movement, making it hard to get off the couch, because why? For me, the longer I lived with this weight pulling my head down, the longer it took to take off. And even when I was in the community, I continued to feel disconnected from others and from myself. This is where programs like Artability come in. I have a mental health disability that at times allows me to be wonderfully functional, and at times devastatingly unstable. In Artability workshops, this dichotomy is well understood by both the teachers and the artists participating. Artability workshops are purposefully accessible. In programs serving people who are working so hard to maintain steady mental health, accessibility is crucial. Not having barriers is crucial. And Artability is doing it right. Art supplies are available at the ready, and when a tube of paint can cost $8 or more, it makes me feel valued. Knowing that these art workshops are happily provided to me for free, and that I can use these supplies again for free, makes me feel like the art that I make is important. And that it's good, good art, and that it's necessary. Because of my mental health diagnosis, I have a lot of trouble making and keeping friendships. I can love a friend so dearly and still not be able to tolerate talking to them on the phone. But when I'm sitting at a table surrounded by others, a curious thing can happen. I can listen into others' conversations, and with my eyes still on the paper, I can add in a quip, something funny that I thought of. We can laugh together, these strangers and I don't have to make any eye contact. I can lead a conversation if I feel up to it, or I can sit back and be passive, all while making art. Art making allows for silence in the conversations that would usually be exhausting to me to deal with. Making art with others is a version of parallel play in these workshops. And I looked up parallel play when I was writing this speech to make sure I wasn't incorrect. And I read that parallel play for children is a normal part of learning the play process, and that kids can appear to be playing completely independent of one another, but they are actually being very observant. And a lot of us never learn to play. And not only people who have mental health diagnoses. I bet some of you here tonight may have never learned to play, and the joy that can come from it. For me, Artability workshops and the chance to enter my art into an art show, a real, respected, and well-known art show, that's changed how I feel about myself and my place in the world. I don't feel lost. I don't feel useless. And maybe most importantly, I don't feel alone, and I don't feel by myself. Because I am learning to play and create low-stakes relationships with others, I've been able to build my box, fill it with sand, and play well with people who are also learning how to relate to others. To everyone here, thank you for valuing me. Thank you for letting me have the opportunities to grow my talent. And thank you for recognizing me as someone who matters. Thank you for coming tonight.